Hey everybody, how we doing today? Hopefully you're an awesome day. I know I am, right? So, hey, I thought this would I'd come back this week and we would talk a little bit more about some of the benefits of doing a low carb ketogenic lifestyle. So, hey, remember last week I did one. It was really the part one. It gave you 4 or 5 good reasons why you might want to consider doing a low carb ketogenic diet, right? So, also talk a little bit about some of the myths out there as well. So, we're going to continue on down that path a little bit. Let me know down in the comments if you're doing low carb or you're doing a ketogenic diet, what you think about it. What do you think are the issues, the problems with it? If you're not doing it, why aren't you doing it? And just kind of, I really like to understand it so that I may be able to answer some of those questions for you as well, because there's a lot of misnomers and a lot of misleading information out there. So I thought I'd do a little bit of that. And hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hey, if you'd like to learn about keto, low carb, how to lose weight, how to get healthy, reverse type 2 diabetes, or at least minimize it so that you're more insulin stable. If you have high blood pressure and taking medication and all that good stuff, this is a great way to help you reduce some of that medication and a lot of times even stop it. So I was pre-diabetic, I had high blood pressure, and now I don't have any of that. My A1C is perfect. My insulin levels are great. So my doctor is very happy with where I'm at today. So so any of that stuff interests you, stick around. Let's talk about it. I would love to help you, as well as understand if there's anything else I could do for you. I do have an email down below, so if you have any questions or anything else, you can email me down below, or go over to Instagram and you can message me on Instagram, whatever you would like to do. So, hey, I'm going to talk about a couple more. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Talk about a couple more of the benefits of going in and doing a low carb ketogenic diet. I do have some notes here, so that I'm reading off of, so I keep looking down, that that I am. I don't have a teleprompter or anything else. I kind of write it all up. I kind of print it off, and it helps me remember. I got so many things going on, and I'm old. I'm old and forgetful, so I have to have notes to remember myself. So one of the next things I wanted to talk about was helping to reduce your blood sugar, insulin levels. Again, what I was just talking about. It really helps you to level off your insulin levels and actually help reduce it. So if you are diabetic and or insulin resistance, it can really help you beneficially to get your blood sugar under control and actually help to reduce it. Some people, a lot of the studies have shown that people that do a low carb kind of ketogenic diet that have insulin resistant and or type 2 diabetes actually have been able to reduce their medication by about 50% or less, and sometimes they've been able to stop it altogether. Now, I'm not saying that you would be able to do that. I'm no doctor or nurse or medical professional along the way, but there's a lot of studies out there. You go out there and do searches on it that you would actually see it's been very beneficial, especially those that have type 2 diabetes, right? So it's really good. So if you're on any of those, you're pre-diabetic, you're diabetic, I'm talking type 2 diabetes, if you're insulin resistant, those are really good things to think about why you want to do it, right? Because it really does help you overcome those issues, right? So, and the next one I'm going to talk a little bit about because it pertained to me, right? So it may help you lower your blood pressure. It doesn't help do it for everybody, but for me, it really helped me lower my blood pressure. I had an elevated blood pressure, hypertension, so of course they talk about high blood pressure leads to heart disease, which leads to a enlarged heart and or other heart diseases, which could cause the heart attacks and strokes and so on and so on and so on. So by doing it, it actually helped me by losing the weight, and then actually being able, when you lose the weight, you actually are able to be a little more physical, so you can walk more, you can start running a little bit maybe, or lifting a little bit. It allows you to do those things. And when you first start out, you're thinking to myself, oh my God, how am I going to do that? I'm overweight, I don't feel good, I can't move very well, but it actually happens. So as you go through there, it actually helps you lower your blood pressure and get rid of that hypertension in your body. Again, over a period of time, if you're taking medication for it, you may be able to get off of the statins or other blood pressure medicines. So just something to think about. It's really, really good against what they call metabolic syndrome, right? So that's that combination of obesity, the elevated blood pressure, the blood sugar levels, the higher triglycerides, and the low good HDL cholesterol, right? So those are the combination where you're getting all of that, and it puts you in a much higher risk bracket for some other diseases such as heart attack, strokes, heart disease, other organ functions being disrupted as well. So something to think about. So a low carb diet actually helps to get rid of the obesity. It will help you lower your blood pressure. It reduces your blood sugar, so you don't have that elevated blood sugar. It can help you to reduce your triglycerides, and it can help lower those good HDL cholesterol levels, or actually should raise those good HDL cholesterol levels, right? It doesn't lower them, right? So it really does. It really helps raise them. So those things there are all things that lead to other things down the road. And sometimes you don't think about it, especially when you're younger. But when you get older like me, and you get to become a senior citizen, then you have to start thinking about those things, because those things happen, right? I've done it for, so long that now, now I'm suffering with them, and I have to do something to reverse them, or I have to do something to try to get, and that's what I'm doing, right? It also improves your bad LDL cholesterol. So I know I get these because there's LDL and HDL. So it improves your HDL cholesterol. So there's a lot of they talk about bad cholesterol and how it gives you a greater risk of heart attack and stuff of that nature. There's also a lot of talk out there now, as they're understanding it better, that the particular in your bloodstream, there's different size particles of cholesterol. So if you have bad cholesterol, there's different particle sizes in that cholesterol. So the smaller cholesterol particles are what gives you a greater risk of heart attack or heart disease, because those are the ones that are sticking to the walls of the arteries, and then causing blood clots or causing blockages and stuff of that nature. Whereas the larger ones are generally fluffier. I guess you would call them fluffier. That's the way I've heard them described. Say that they're fluffier and they float through easier, and they don't stick to the walls, and they don't get stuck on stuff, so that they flow through your bloodstream very easily and don't get stuck on anything, right? So they don't build up. So you have a greater risk of risk of getting the smaller particles if you're doing a standard American diet, whereas if you're doing a low carb diet, you have the bigger, fluffier cholesterol. You need cholesterol to survive. You need cholesterol to live. Your body needs it to build itself out of that cholesterol. So to have that bigger, fluffier cholesterol floating around your body is a good thing for you. So. And even if your doctor says you have a high cholesterol issue, you may want to ask them about getting a test done so that they can actually measure the particle sizes, because that's a big deal, and it makes a big difference, right? So there's some other folks out there that you can go out and look at them, and they have done a lot of extensive research on that. So. So those are just some of the things. Also, therapeutic for severe brain disorders as well. So if you have anything, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, epilepsy, things of those nature, sometimes the low carb diet has been proven to help out some of those things. And I'm not saying they will, but especially in epilepsy, and that's kind of where the ketogenic diet came from, right? From epilepsy and treating kids with epilepsy 100 years ago, and that's how they were treating them, because when they were eating a low carb diet, they wouldn't have the seizures. So, so it's been, ketogenic diet's been around a long, long time. It's not something that has been around the last 20 years. It's been around for over 100 years in treating in the medical world, when you start burning ketones as well, it starts providing a lot of extra energy and stimulates your brain and stimulates your mind. And I know for me, when I'm in ketosis, and when I'm really in ketosis, really strong ketosis, I can actually get that tingling sensation, that I can feel it, that, you know, from the energy going up into my head, and I don't know, it's just kind of a tingling sensation that I can feel, and it's just kind of weird. So, but those were just some of the things that I wanted to talk about and talk about really briefly. Like, again, I said, if you have any questions or anything else, you know, feel free to ask me down below. I'm no expert or anything else off of it. You know, I'm just kind of talking about from some of my experiences, some of the research that I've done over the years, stuff that I've found out. You know, you can dispute them or not dispute them. That's, you know, that's what the world is all about, right? So let's discuss things and talk about things. And but if you think it can help you, and you think that there's something I can help you with, let me know. I would be gratefully that you asked me to help you. Again, it's been good for me. It's worked wonders for me. I've done it. It's going on my over 4.5 years. I started in October 2017, so so I'm working on my 5th year now, almost to my 5th year now. So hopefully you like the stuff. Hopefully you give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you click that little subscribe button down there, and then hit that little bell icon over here. That would be greatly appreciated. Again, you know, what would you like to see? You know, hopefully we're doing some really good recipes for you. You know, those great recipes help you sustain so that you can continue doing this for long periods of time. I've been able to do it for a really long time. So, you know, and then just exercising. Don't have to be anything strenuous, but it can be just exercising at whatever your pace is, right? And sometimes you don't need to even exercise to lose weight, at least initially at first. It's beneficial, but it's not something that you necessarily have to do to lose weight. So you can lose weight with a ketogenic diet and without exercising. So anyway, hey, it's a beautiful night here. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Have an awesome night, and I will talk to you soon.